Welcome to the Biz Bash Podcast, where we make biz strategy a piece of cake. I'm Elisabeth.
And I'm Cami, but you might know us better as ElisaAnne Calligraphy and Cami Monet. We want to help you, our fellow stationers, artists, and calligraphers, confidently build a profitable and personality-driven creative biz.
We're here to share our honest-to-goodness advice and actionable strategies for ambitious artists.
So put on your party hat, quit being a procrastinator gator, and let's get this party started. Okay, I know I was supposed to play it cool, but I didn't.
No, I think it's awesome. We're just excited that this is our episode 0. Cammy's like losing it over here.
I'm losing it. I'm literally losing it, you guys.
She was like, is it okay if I squeal? And I was like, yeah, I don't care.
I'm sorry about your ears. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It wasn't. I don't think it was that loud. So I think you're fine.
Okay, perfect. All right. We're going to be cool now, you guys. So welcome to episode 0 of the Biz Bash Podcast. So this episode, we just want to tell you guys all about who we are and pretty much our story of like why we started Biz Birthday Bash and who the podcast is for. So Elisabeth, take it away.
Sure, I'll take it away. I'll get us started.
Okay.
A lot of you guys probably know that Cami and I went full-time on the same day, September 16th, 2016, completely by coincidence because we did not know each other at that point.
Yeah, we pretty much connected in a Facebook group solely because of the fact that we both went full-time on the same day. So I was like, oh, we should keep up with each other and help each other out along the way. So we kept in touch, and then for our first birthday, our Biz birthday, we decided we should get together and meet in person, which is totally creepy.
We don't live in the same place. I think a lot of people are confused and think we do, but I'm in Atlanta and Cammy's in Orlando, so we had never met. We became good friends, but we had never met in person.
Yeah, so we pretty much FaceTimed and talked on the phone a ton, but so we decided to meet in person. And I'm staying in the same Airbnb, which my husband was like, what if she is like crazy? I'm like, I hope she's not. It's going to be okay. And we wanted to make it not just about our businesses, but also to help other stationers and artists. So we had the Biz Birthday Bash, which was a webinar, a free webinar, sharing all the things we learned in our first year of being full-time, because we had a lot of mistakes, a lot of successes, a lot of crazy things that happened. So we shared them all with you guys, and it kind of snowballed into this whole little side business. And now here we are with the podcast.
I mean, I've officially started telling people I have 2 businesses now because Biz Birthday Bash is pretty much its own entity, and we're making it its own entity. So
yes, it definitely is now. Yeah, 2018 September, we had the second Biz Birthday Bash, which was 3 live webinars and PDF party favors and lots of awesome goodness, pretty much sharing everything we know when it comes to running our businesses. And the feedback we got from you guys was awesome. And there was lots of requests for a podcast, which was something we had talked about between us a lot, but then I think we were actually going to do it. And then we met back up in Savannah again, and Elisabeth was like, let's just do this. And I was like, okay.
I don't know. It's a like scary decision in many different ways, I think. Trying to figure out like, how do you balance one more thing on top of everything else that you're doing? But for us, podcasting made sense. Like we really took some time to dig into the why we are doing this, how it will aid Biz Birthday Bash, how it'll aid you guys, and took some time to think about that, and then decided to kind of move forward with it. But in terms of how often we're releasing these episodes, at this point, it's going to be bi-weekly, because the last thing we want to do is like promise a weekly podcast and then accidentally like burn ourselves out, or something happens with scheduling, or I don't know. We want to promise something good and we want to be consistent. So at this point, it's going to be bi-weekly.
Right. And we are also still running our own other businesses on the side. I guess they're not really on the side. This is on the side.
We're running 2. Both of us are running 2 businesses.
Yes, there are 3 businesses between all of us. So we're still doing that as well, which honestly, this podcast and other business of Biz Birthday Bash would not be possible without the experiences and learning other things in our other business. So it kind of directly feeds into that. So we just appreciate that y'all respect that.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, is that we're actually stationers, calligraphers, designers, artists. We're your fellow peers, essentially. And we just wanted to bring you guys resources from someone who's like been there and done that, basically.
Yeah. Basically, people who are already we are in this industry with you. We're not just outsiders looking in. Like, we are in the thick of it with you guys. So we really want this to be a resource where you can come and learn from us and chat with us and talk about, you know, the specific things when it comes to stationery, being an artist, and not just overall creative business strategies, like very specific strategies for our industry, because it is a little different.
Totally. And like you probably heard in our introduction, I think we say something about stationers, calligraphers, and paper artists, something like that.
Yeah, we really wanted to find a word that encompassed all of us, but creatives was just a little too broad, and we still don't have a word that describes all of the stationers, artists, calligraphers, designers, makers. So we're just going to keep saying all of those things all the time.
All those different words all the time. But if you're listening to this episode and you don't identify with one of those words, that's totally okay. We're still going to be sharing principles that are really helpful for any small business creative. But the reason why we are doing Biz Birthday Bash and doing this podcast and creating these resources is to really help out the people that are in the same field as us at the end of the day. But I know a lot of ladies that signed up for Biz Birthday Bash that do something other than stationery.
That is so true. Yeah, we had a couple of photographers and a couple of planners, I think. So, you know, you don't have to be an artist to hang out with us.
We will accept fashion designer. One of my friends from college, is a fashion designer, and she loves it. So,
see, I feel like that kind of goes into the whole maker space as well, though. So, but anyway, that's a whole nother discussion for another podcast.
So basically, Cami and I are just like best buds now, which is really funny.
We're best buds, you guys. In our podcast, it's probably going to be very conversational, very chill. We don't take things too seriously, but we really try to give very honest and real advice and not just sugarcoat and fluff things for you. So
yeah, totally. We're all about being real. Like, we're probably going to try to not cut and edit the podcast too much. We just want it to be conversational. So if you do hear our cats like meowing every once in a while, that might not get cut out.
We're so concerned about our cats
like making noise, but we're just like real people over here. Doing this with all of you. So that being said, to get this thing kind of like up and running, we just need your guys' help to leave us a review and to subscribe, because
hit the subscribe button.
Get us all like up and running and started, and that's how we're gonna get noticed on iTunes and all these other platforms.
So subscribe, leave us a review, and then you can always find us on Instagram and come say hi and hang out with us at Biz Birthday Bash.
Yeah, wonderful. All right. See you guys soon.
All right.
Bye.